Yo, welcome back to Slay Edge Media, and today we got the new Grand Cherokee TrailHawk 4xe. That means hybrid, electric motor, gas motor, and hybrid mode. This TrailHawk is decked out in that color scheme with the whole black on top and then the white on the bottom, and it's got an even transition. Like, this is a clean line of black right here. It's not like black with chrome trim or anything. It's just all gloss black up here. It reminds me of something that you see with like Land Rover or Range Rover or something like that. But today we're going to get a close look at this vehicle because there's a lot of different features and specs about this vehicle that are definitely interesting, especially with the 4xe trail rated Jeep Grand Cherokee. The way you can tell it's a 4xe is when you see these blue hooks right here. Blue hooks or those blue features, or it'll even have like a blue casing on the lettering on the badge. See, I'll show you for example. See here on the E badge, trail rated badge, the normal lettering itself right there, as well as the back blue hook. And you see here the E. The blue gives it a distinguished look as far as the car community is when it comes to separating it from the other crowd. So you get electric features without having to look like a super electric car. That's what I like about this car. I'm gonna do a start on this vehicle with the remote start. So I think you just gotta lock it one time and then push this button 2 times right there. I think it's in electric mode, so that's why you don't hear it. When you come up, there's no motor sound. All you hear is a buzzing noise inside there. That's interesting. Now, another thing I really like about the exterior for this redesigned Grand Cherokee is the front headlights. It has more of a masculine look. They've taken what was one of Jeep's most popular masculine looking SUVs and just made it more masculine looking. Now, can you imagine that? Making something dope and then cranking up the dopeness, like just cranking up the volume on the level of dopeness that this vehicle has to offer. So I'm going to start off with the back. There's a little button that you can push to open this up, the back. I like starting with the back because you kind of work with the least glorious part and work your way up to where everybody's favorite section is, right? Hold to set right here. There's no buttons in the back here to push these seats back or anything, but it's okay. I mean, you don't get it for that. It's not like it has 3 rows or anything, so it's not really necessary. But it does have the automatic close and open. Push this 2 times again. So I don't see a button up here, but you can still use the button on the key right here. Let's see how much space we got. So when you open inside here, the first thing I notice is this blue trim, continuing on the color scheme with the 4xe being this like light metallic blue. It's like a light blue, and when you see it out here, it's metallic, so it's like a metallic color. And you see a little bit of chrome, and this right here is like a almost like graphite looking trim right here. The seats inside here are like a nice suede feeling right here. I'm not sure. I don't think this is Alcantara. I think this is like a nice suede, but it's perforated. Plenty of space inside here. I got plenty of usable leg room, and it's just a plain and simple back seat back here. So I've been in some Grand Cherokees where the back seat, it kind of pivots the whole thing when you go back. This one doesn't have that option. It just has the normal backrest goes back and forward. But it's still, being able to have that as an option is cool because there's a lot of vehicles that have the back seat where you can't move it forward or back. It's kind of like, get in the back, enjoy. Really have plenty of space back here. There's USB-C and USB, as well as there's heated seats in the back. And looks like a plug as well. 115 volt and 150 watts. Let's check out the front seat. So inside here, inside the cabin, it feels nice and secure, comfortable. This isn't the luxurious Jeep Grand Cherokee. This is the 4xe. Actually, I'm going to read the placard right here. And if you didn't know, I'm at Earnhardt Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram here in Gilbert, Arizona, right off of Valvista Road, right next to 202. Big dealership over here in Gilbert, and they have a huge selection. Unlike a lot of other dealerships where they have like a really small dwindling inventory, they got plenty of cars over here, surprisingly. And this right here is a 2022 Grand Cherokee TrailHawk 4xe, okay? It comes with a 2-liter engine with an 8-speed automatic transmission. This vehicle's priced just over $67K. That's not bad for this car. Now it comes with a few different modes. You got regular driving mode with gasoline, you can electric, and you can also use hybrid, meaning best of both worlds. So right now when it starts, I have the vehicle already on, but the engine inside there is not running. It's using the electric motor to power the vehicle, because when you're in lower driving modes, it just stays in electric. So when you're in like a lower speed, just going around a parking lot, it drives around silently in electric mode. Look at this interior. Look at this dash. Look at these gauges. This is all electric. This is all digital right here. Steering wheel is pretty nice steering wheel right here, even for it being a non-luxury Jeep. It's funny that I even have to classify non-luxury Jeeps, because Jeep is a non-luxury brand. I just did a video of the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, and it was the highest spec'd out version. And for that being a non-luxury vehicle, it felt quite luxurious. So I have to distinguish the two, non-luxury Jeep and luxury Jeep. So for the non-luxury Jeep, you get all that Jeep swaggy, Jeep attitude. It's got a nice build quality interior. A lot of the stuff just feels pretty solid inside here. Like up here, this is a nice soft touch. It feels nice and solid. I don't feel like a bunch of creaking or anything. And actually, there's a little screen right here. I didn't even think that was a screen. But I'm gonna check this out and check out all the little interiors. First off, this one comes with an Alpine stereo system. More of like a standard level of quality. But as you look around in this vehicle, there's so many different features in here. It's like, how could you not be pleased? Cool. This vehicle also comes with other little features like heated steering wheel, which I wouldn't expect for this. Cooled seats and heated seats. Another unexpected thing, this thing has adjustable suspension. I was in a Jeep Wagoneer and I would expect something like that to have this, to have the adjustable suspension, but not the Grand Cherokee. I wouldn't have expected this one to have such a level of adjustment for the suspension, because when you're stepping outside, the vehicle is up pretty high. Got different drive modes. You have the shift right here. Just turn the vehicle on, and then when you go to shift gears, you just turn this knob to go through all your different gears. I love the knobs. I'm starting to become a real fan of the knob use. The screen, pretty relatively clean look to it, you know, nothing too unexpected. There's a couple different angles. I can look in the front. I can also look in the back. Pretty cool, you know, so you can check your surrounding, make sure there's no little kids right there or nothing, make sure there's nobody in front of you or in the back of you. As well as when you look right here, you got like little obstacle detection right here, so you can tell like for as far as your space and distance. So you got hybrid, best of both worlds, electric, meant for saving gas, and then e-save, saves your battery for later use. So you can save gas, save battery, or use them both. Now something I'm curious about is I want to check out this engine, so we're gonna pop that hood for later so we can see that. You can see different features here on the steering wheel right here. Next to your cruise control, you can see you can set your distances. I want to see how low this vehicle can get. Right now you can see that it's at the highest height, so I'm going to lower this thing down and see what goes on. And as I step out here, because I put it in e-save, you can hear the motor driving. You can hear the motor running. We're going to pop the hood and check out the motor in a second. But first I got to go to the suspension. How many fingers is that? That's like a whole hand right there in the front. And then wow, that's more. That's like, wow, that's like, I gotta go pinky to thumb for this one. Now I'm gonna go to the lowest and see what happens. Okay, so go to the lowest height. Now for some reason I'm not able to adjust the height while I'm sitting here parked right now. I'm gonna try to figure that out as we drive and stuff a little bit later. Right now you can see there's like an electric on button. There's a whole bunch of different driver assist buttons right here, and as well as a passenger screen button. I'm gonna turn that on. Passenger screen button, very similar to how it was in the Jeep Wagoneer. Now personally, I really like how they got that second screen in here. That allows for a lot of versatility, especially with there being an HDMI port inside here in the center console. So if you've got a plug and you've got an HDMI port, that means you pretty much could play Xbox in here if you wanted to, or PlayStation, whatever you prefer. Check this out. There's a little thing in here. Oh wow. Okay, so I see what that button is right here. This is for max regeneration. That's what this button is. Max regeneration. It allows the pedal to command more aggressive regeneration at low pedal position. So that regenerative brake feature that you see in a lot of Teslas, so you take your foot off the accelerator and the vehicle starts stopping. Okay, so now the vehicle is able to lower. I'm not sure why, but I guess it's because the vehicle is not actually on. So I'm gonna try to go all the way down low to see how low it can go. So all the way down low. Oh, here we go. It's going down more. Here we go. There we go. Look at that. Before the back was extended all the way from pinky to thumb. Now it's like, look at how low that is. How low it's getting. It's getting lower. Wow. There we go. So now we're about this. We went down about maybe 3 inches right here. And the front as well. Now it's like both the front and back. I can barely just get like a hand in there. It looks like a different vehicle now. Now it looks more like if you were someone who wanted to put like rims on here, or just keep the wheels that it's supposed to have on there. But wow, it's a definite significant difference with it down low. I'm gonna pop the hood so we can see this engine real quick. First off, if you didn't see before, charging port, easy access. And then the engine, that stays open nice and easily. It's a 2-liter turbocharged engine, and this is paired with the electric engine, and this is what enables you to have hybrid mode or electric mode. I'm about to take this vehicle on a test drive around the track loop that we have here. I'm going to test out the different features. Now, this being the trail-rated TrailHawk, so Jeep Grand Cherokee TrailHawk, all right? Not TrackHawk, TrailHawk. This one I would say is the most off-road capable Jeep Grand Cherokee that they have. Besides, without going all the way up to a Wrangler, when you're staying in the Jeep Grand Cherokee version, that's what the TrailHawk is for. And the 4xe is like basically a more fuel efficient version of that, right? If you made it this far in the video, make sure you give me a high five by giving me a like in this video. So these are the wheels that it comes with. It comes with 18-inch wheels, 265, 60, 18. Now, something I like about Jeep is they leave little Jeep features. You see this little right there? The little Jeep wheel. You got a nice sleek roof with 2 adapters on top, so you can definitely be able to put like a bike or something on here. You just got to get the additional attachments for it. As well as it's got a little hook here in the back. All right, it's time to go on a little test drive. Put your foot on the brake, push start. Now, surprisingly, you don't hear an engine start. That's because it has an electric motor to help get yourself started. So this vehicle only uses the gas motor when you decide to put it in either gas mode or just whenever it feels like it needs to use it. I want to test out the electric mode because I want to see, for a typical Jeep vehicle, what does it feel like? You know, it's not a performance Jeep. This isn't like a Tesla Motors. This isn't a high-end, crazy high-end vehicle. This vehicle is moderately priced at $67,000. So I got an electric mode. I got it in max regeneration mode because I want to feel what that regeneration feels like. So it's got good acceleration. I don't really have my foot on the pedal really hard or anything, but just driving normal, I can feel like it accelerates well. And the max regeneration, I can really feel it. It does stop the vehicle as much as I would need is if I was using my brakes, you know, like for like just accelerating and then taking my foot off the gas, it starts slowing down. Like right now I'm slowing down. Let's see if I can come to a complete stop. It almost like it coasts. When you get down to like 3, 4, 5 miles per hour, it kind of just coasts now. See, right now I'm just coasting at 4 miles an hour, opposed to say if I was in a Tesla, it will make it completely stop. Now there might be something in the settings to change it to where it makes it so it can completely stop, but still, I'm not complaining. I'm just stating, okay? Actually, I want to try what the Sport Electric feels like. Has a nice whistling noise as far as the noise that it makes when you're accelerating. Yeah, that whee sounds like a very subtle, quiet supercharger whine. It doesn't sound noisy at all, but it does sound cool. I like the way it sounds. Now, this being sport mode, it's almost like mandatory to give it an acceleration test. Just a light, modest acceleration test. It's not really fast, okay? If you're getting this vehicle, don't expect it to drive like a Tesla or something. It drives like a Jeep. It drives like the Jeep Grand Cherokee, but with just electric characteristics. It drives like an electric car. Like I said, with the maximum regenerative braking feature, it's going to begin stopping soon, right? Now, if I switch to, say, sand mud mode. Let's see what happens. Does anything change? Automatically, when you're in sand mud mode, your height of the vehicle begins to rise up. So it seems like as you change modes, there's already predetermined heights that they would like, that Jeep likes for this vehicle to cruise at when it's in those certain modes. So sand mud is going up. It went up to the 4th level. Let's see, rock. I bet rock wants it to go all the way to the top. But it drives good. This is a good driving vehicle. It drives really smooth. And another thing I like about it, it's really, really quiet. It has a almost silent interior. Now I'm going to switch it to e-save. So e-save is basically where you're not using battery mode. You're not using any electric. And I'm only using the gas motor for power. So I'm not using electric to propel myself forward. I'm only using the gas motor to propel myself forward. But I still have the regenerative braking on, so I'm absorbing that energy. Ironically, it still kind of has that slight supercharger whine sound even when I'm just using the gas motor. I'm not sure if it's because of the drivetrain and the way that it's built. It's not necessarily a small Jeep, but it's not a big Jeep either. So it's very easy to handle, very easy to drive. Using all the different modes is like extremely easy to figure out. There's virtually no confusion or anything. So, and when it's in e-save, I can definitely hear that engine mowing. E-save, meaning like I'm in gas mode, you can definitely hear the engine go, but it's still very quiet. Like even the electric motor is quiet and the gas motor itself is quiet as well. I love the use of technology and implementability, if that's a correct word, implementability. I love the implementation of the maximum regenerative braking mode. So you got max regeneration. You also got electric and hybrid. I feel like I can just keep going on and on about it because it's so unique and versatile. I feel like I'm in a Jeep yet a Tesla at the same time. And then when I go to hybrid mode, turn maximum regeneration off, it just drives regular. Okay, so I heard the gas motor turn off right now, and I'm cruising at 26 miles per hour. So the height is adjustable while you're driving. Right now I was in the 4th height, but I'm going all the way down to the bottom, and that's a dope feature right there. It's got sway bar lock button, as well as it's got a 4-wheel drive low button. So like I said, full adjustability in this vehicle. Another thing is the vehicle has a pleasing feeling when you drive. I just feel nice and comfortable. Doesn't feel like I'm getting jostled around. It's a pretty smooth ride, especially for this being a Jeep. Now the question is, if this vehicle is for you, is this vehicle worth $67,000, almost $68,000? I would say yes. With the different driver modes that you get with this vehicle, first off, it's a brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee, so it's got plenty of technology. You got a very nice display inside here, 2 screens, HDMI ports, so you can play Xbox, as well as adjustable height. So when you consider all those different features, what it takes to be able to install all that stuff, if you try to put adjustable suspension on your car, that's basically air suspension. That's a hefty job. And then the electric motor. So this thing has different modes, being able to switch from a full electric, full gas, and hybrid. All that stuff right there alone is that's very useful, very versatile. Like, it's extremely useful vehicle. Like, you can't go on enough. And then this being trail rated, that means you have different modes. You got rock, sand, mud, snow, auto, and sport. This vehicle is decked out and has like so many different options. Like, my question is, why is it only $67,000? So in my opinion, $67K is a damn good deal for a vehicle, especially for a vehicle that does all this stuff that this vehicle can do. It can do so many different things. So I'm back here at Earnhardt Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, probably one of the nicest dealerships out here in Gilbert. I said one of the nicest, because this is the trail rated version. This is the TrailHawk, this is the TrailHawk. It doesn't have all that luxury stuff that Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram does have. This being a non-luxury brand, it's easy to get inside it and feel like you're almost in a luxury type of vehicle. even though they weren't trying to make it luxury, just because there's so many amenities at your fingertip, right? That's what the definition of luxury is. I would consider adjustable suspension a very luxury feature. Different modes, that's luxury, because it's giving you accessibility, it's giving you convenience, all at your fingertips, literally at your fingertips. So you only push one button to change these different modes. And also you got electric. That's awesome. If you look at this and you go over all the features that it comes with, I'd say this is a pretty good deal. Now, you may be able to get some vehicles cheaper than this one, but I'm going to give you a quick example. I went to go see the Ford Bronco, and that's often compared to the Jeep Wrangler, right? Now, one thing I noticed is the build quality of the Bronco is still very Fordish. But if I still can, I'll do a video of those vehicles as well, just because it's necessary. You know, who knows? Maybe just that one I looked at was just a bad model. I mean, that one was it was a show model, and it was parked on top of a rock, you know, but I digress. This 4x4 Jeep Grand Cherokee is a vehicle I would say is definitely worth $67,000. Compared to a Tesla, to elaborate, imagine if you could turn your Tesla into an off-road vehicle with adjustable suspension and have a gas motor in there for just in case situations. The versatility is phenomenal for this vehicle. That's why this vehicle gets 2 thumbs up. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.